Is Shining Fates the next great Pokemon set? Today we break down its growth potential, 5 reasons I'm nervous about Shining Fates, and exactly what I'm doing about it. I'm Kakashi with Kanto Capital. So we finally have some confirmation on Shining Fates. This set is very much the spiritual successor to Hidden Fates, so we're getting really close to the release date, which is February 19th, so I really wanted to get you my analysis of Shining Fates as soon as possible. Not everything is confirmed, but I think we know what we need to know. Let's get one thing out of the way. I like Shining Fates. I think it's great, but this isn't the perfect set. I see some really big downsides to Shining Fates, which you need to know before you spend all your money. Looking at the set, Shining Fates has the all-important Shiny Vault. Yeah, it doesn't quite have all the early generation Pokemon, but it's actually a really nice overall roster. Whether you like the newer generation Pokemon or the older ones, I think Shining Fates offers something really for everyone. It's one of those sets that any age you can pull something and be excited about it. With 122 cards in the Shiny Vault, there's too much to mention, but here's just some of the highlights. There will be a Shiny Charizard VMAX, a Shiny Lapras V and VMAX, Shiny Ditto V and VMAX, Shiny Suicune, we have Gold Eternatus V and VMAX cards, we have the Galar region starters and their evolutionary trees, Cramorant, Dragapult, Galarian Sirfetch'd, Wooloo, and a ton of other really great cards. At the time that I'm making this video, the regular set is not confirmed yet, but we can probably expect to see some really nice cards in there. But most likely, we should see 3 amazing rares, multiple full art trainers, including some very desirable cards, most likely like Marnie and Ball Guy, and then there's some other desirable cards that could be in the main set also. So really, if we compare this to other sets, other regular sets with usually just maybe somewhere between 1 and 5 really highly desirable cards, I think Shining Fates is a really great set when you have what I would think to be at least 10 desirable cards, maybe up to 20 or 30 really nice cards depending on what you're looking for and what you like. I also really love what they did with the promo cards. I'll get into a little bit more details about that very soon. But there are full art shiny promo cards in most of the products, and this really encourages people to buy and collect all the different products instead of just, let's say, focusing on the Elite Trainer boxes. All right, let's talk about the potential value of Shining Fates. If we go back and look at Hidden Fates, because I think a lot of people are going to be making that comparison, but if we look back at the Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box, at the peak of its height of its price range, we were looking at about $500 for the Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box. Of course, we just had the recent reprint that came out recently, and the prices had dropped to as low as I think it was $100 or so, the low hundreds at least, on the Elite Trainer boxes, and now we're already sitting back at about $200 or just under $200 for Hidden Fates Elite Trainer boxes. And that's a very healthy 4x to 10x return on those Hidden Fates Elite Trainer boxes depending on the timeline that you're looking at. If we look at the Hidden Fates tins, they went from an original retail price of about $20 and now they're sitting at about $50 to $60 for the tins. The Charizard's going for closer to $60, but we're in that $50 to $60 range for the tins. And then if we look at the main chase card, the Shiny Charizard GX, it's going for somewhere about $600 as a raw card right now, and the PSA 10 is selling for somewhere around $1,300. Also, if we look at the Japanese set Shiny Star V, which is basically the Japanese equivalent of Shining Fates, we see that the booster boxes started at about $50 retail price, and now they're currently selling for about $150. So looking at Shiny Star V, that's about a 3x return, and a really important point to note is that Shiny Star V was just recently released, whereas of course Hidden Fates is well over a year old now. So looking at Shining Fates, obviously we don't know exactly where this set is going to land. Hidden Fates is generally considered to be a better set, and the Japanese sets, they don't really act the same way and they don't increase the same way that English sets do, so it won't exactly be the same comparison, but at least we have a benchmark that we can work off of. And what the numbers show is about a 3x return or a 3x increase from comparable sets. And most importantly, the top chase card is worth quite a bit. Obviously, if you think that Shining Fates is a better or a worse set, then adjust your expectations. But Shining Fates looks like it has major potential. So does that sound good to you? Are you sold already? Well, calm down, just calm down, because it's not all good news. It's not all perfect. I also have 5 important points that I want you to think about before you spend all your money on Shining Fates. First, the SKUs. Let's talk about the SKUs, because these pose some very intriguing questions. With most sets, it's pretty obvious. You go for the Elite Trainer box if it's a special set, and maybe you get some of the pin collections. This time though, the Pokemon Company International gave us a surprise by putting shiny Pokemon in both the tins and the premium collection boxes. And the pin collections will just have regular foil promo cards. If we look over at the Elite Trainer box, it will not have a shiny card or a shiny promo card. Instead, it will just be an EVV Max, so a non-shiny EVV Max promo card, which happened to be a promo card in Japan. So while I absolutely love the EV card, the Elite Trainer box, in my opinion, is no longer the obvious buy when it comes to future value. It's actually a really weird situation because Elite Trainer boxes and pin collections usually see the least amount of print runs, but now for Shining Fates, we don't know if Eevee will actually be the best promo card, and now the tins and the collection boxes have shiny promo cards in them, which I think is generally pretty good, but we usually see more print runs on the tins and the collection boxes. So even though it might be the better cards inside because they're shiny, they also might have the most print runs. And this might be where somebody would say, well, what about the premium collections? Well, here's the thing. The premium collection, it does have shiny promo cards inside, and we usually see less productions of the premium collections. But I don't know if anyone noticed, the product images showed what is more of a standard collection box packaging. So it looks very similar to most collection boxes. So it's just a simple cardboard box with some inserts, which make this actually easier for them to manufacture and ship. So as far as I'm concerned, it's actually anyone's guess which product will perform better in the long term in terms of value appreciation. Because I don't think the answer is clear. This isn't, let's say, Champion's Path, where I thought the Elite Trainer box, in my opinion, was the obvious choice. For Shining Fates, though, I ended up ordering the tins, the premium collection, the pin collections, and the Elite Trainer boxes to help spread my risk. If you made me, though, pick just one, I'd still guess the Elite Trainer box performs the best. It has the most packs, which is really nice. People also like to collect Elite Trainer boxes, and even though the promo card is not a shiny card, it is still an EV card, which is one of the most popular Pokemon. And because everyone pretty much knows if there's a special set, you get the Elite Trainer box, I think it's just more natural that people are going to go in that direction. But let me know which product you think will end up performing the best. Next, let's talk about print runs. Will Pokemon be able to meet demand? No, they probably won't. I've heard varying numbers, but basically it seems that most stores are getting extremely low allocations, somewhere between 2 and 10% of what they ordered. So there really won't be much at release. But here's the thing, Pokemon knows these sales numbers of Hidden Fates and how much product it took to somewhat get that set under control. Speaking as someone who does a lot of projections with inventory and sales, I'm sure Pokemon knows how much they can sell. Now, do I think there will be enough at launch? No, probably not. But if life returns back to normal, there is the possibility they could push out massive waves of Shining Fates in the future. Maybe that's not great odds, but we never know what's going to happen, let's say 6 to 12 months from now. So if you pay, let's say, a high scalper price or a resale price, just be aware that if Pokemon can fix its supply chain problems, they could print massive waves in the future. Next, let's talk about the set itself. In Shining Fates, there are 18 full art and gold Pokemon cards in the Shiny Vault. If you remove the gold cards, that's 16 full art shinies. So not necessarily the best news if you're worried about future value. If you compare this to, again, let's say Hidden Fates had 35 full art shiny Pokemon, if I counted that right anyway, but I counted 35 full art Pokemon. So that's about double the amount compared to Shining Fates. So far we've talked about the product SKUs, the print runs, and the amount of full art shinies. Next, from a future value standpoint, I'm also concerned about the lack of early generation Pokemon. I actually really love the Pokemon Company's focus on modern Pokemon, and I personally like some of the new ones. But when it comes to value, we know where the money is, and most of the seasoned collectors with the most money will probably not be as excited for Shining Fates. While I think this set will be successful, I've seen plenty of people on both sides. Some people are complaining, and some people are excited about the Pokemon in Shining Fates. So I'm curious to see how well the set will be viewed in the long run. Are people genuinely excited to collect and open this set? Or is it just, let's say, flippers and scalpers hoarding everything? Next, and extremely important, Shining Fates is potentially missing some real heavy hitters in terms of dollar value in this set. There were 2 gold cards that were released in the Ultra Premium collection that were originally in the Japanese set, so it leaves us with only the Eternatus V and VMAX gold cards, so we go down from 4 gold cards to 2. Also, 6 of the full art shinies that were in the Japanese set ended up as promo cards for our English release. The Shiny Crobat V is a promo card for both sets, so if you're wondering why I said 6 shinies instead of 7, but regardless, we're missing 6 full art shinies that ended up being promo cards. And a lot of these Pokemon are also quite popular, so missing those from the main set is a huge loss. Biggest of all, Shining Fates will be missing the Shiny Charizard V, which was released for us in Champion's Path. That's a huge $300 card raw, $700 and a PSA 10. In total, that's a huge loss of expected value. If we combine these missing cards from the set along with the lack of full art Pokemon overall, that really hurts the potential. That's 7 high value shiny cards and 2 gold cards that we lose from the Japanese set. So in terms of overall value, that's a really big loss. And the biggest reason I am nervous about Shining Fates, the name. Yes, they named this set Shining Fates. So now we have Hidden Fates, Hidden Legends, Shining Legends, and Shining Fates. They aren't just reprinting sets anymore, they are also reprinting the names. If there's one reason to short and be bearish on Shining Fates, it's the name. All kidding aside, I definitely have some concerns about Shining Fates, but with all of that said, I am still very bullish. If I can get my hands on it, I will definitely hold Shining Fates. I personally think the set is great, but I will be adjusting my expectations based on the factors I shared with you. I haven't seen anyone mentioning these obvious risk factors, and I'm really surprised that it hasn't been mentioned. So if you appreciate me bringing this to light for you, make sure you like this video and subscribe. There's really a lot to love about Shining Fates. Maybe it's not as good as Hidden Fates, but I like it a lot more than most sets. And even though I see some mixed opinions and I have my own concerns, the bottom line is that I still think Shining Fates is a really great set. Also, when we think about the performance of Hidden Fates and Shiny Star V, that also gives me some extra confidence. And if I'm lucky enough to get my hands on it, I will definitely be getting Shining Fates. So, what do you think about Shining Fates? Do you prefer the original Pokemon, or maybe do you like the focus on the modern generations? What do you think about the name Shining Fates? Thank you as always for watching. I'm Kakashi with Kanto Capital. I hope you find fully stocked shelves on release day, and I will see you in the next video.